What's up, y'all? This episode is going to be about Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. Again, I am so sorry. I am so awful at pronouncing last names. So getting right into it, this book I went back and forth on. I liked it overall. I would say I liked it. As a history buff, I like the historical fictions. This book is based on true events, not the character specifically, but just the things that happened around the character were based on true events. And it's clear that the author did their research, did a lot of research before writing the book. It's incredibly sad. It's a really sad book, which is why that brings me to something I didn't like about the book. There were parts where it felt like the author was really trying to hammer home how sad it was, and it was like, you've done your job, like you don't have to do that. It's already there. You don't have to add to it. But the main character, Lena, is taken. That was another thing I didn't like about the book. Lena seems very unaware of the world around her. It makes her seem much younger than she actually is. Or I don't know. She goes from being very, very unaware of what's going on around her to being kind of more aware. It was a little thing I had with the book. And that's something with these kinds of books, that it's like when you're dealing with a subject like this, as the author, it's kind of your duty to get things very right and like produce a really good book, because it's really hard to criticize something when it's dealing with such a heavy topic. And it was kind of the same way with Perks of Being a Wallflower. I also just recorded that video. That one, again, really heavy topics and really poorly written. So that one specifically really poorly written, so it was easier to criticize. But this one had little things, but overall was a good book. Heavy topics. She's taken. They're shipped to Arctic Siberia. I have this picture up here. This is a building. It was about period accurate for the book, 1940s. In Arctic Siberia, so you can see how what they were kind of dealing with the landscape and the weather and everything, as you read through the book. They are attempted to be sold into slavery to villagers of the area, and they don't want them, so they're put into essentially like work camps. And Lena's an artist, and she really just wants to like preserve that aspect of herself. She wants to tell that story, so she makes that her mission to like get through this all, to tell the story. Just awful things happen along the way, and that's, again, it's a really heavy book. It's fairly well written, but there are things about it that I wish the author had like paid. I don't know. Overall a good book. If you can get past that initial ignorance of Lena and kind of just get into the story, I think you'll really like it. So definitely check it out. Read Between Shades of Grey. I know I liked it. I went into it not thinking I would, and I came out of it kind of like, I like it. It's a good book, but it does have issues. So keep that in mind as you read. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.